Good morning. All right, you guys. As you know, our theme for the month is motivation and mindset. And we are lucky enough to have Karri Webb with us today. Karri, thank you so much for doing this. Um, Karri is a leader in the company, and it just goes to show you yet again that it doesn't matter like who you're making a paycheck off of or who you should be pouring into. Lavelle is just the company where we all support one another, and it makes such a difference to get to hear from people. So I actually, it's dumb luck that it worked out this way. I'd actually reached out to Karri last month, but my message got caught up, when you're not like friends on Facebook. But I'm so glad that it landed in September for the motivation and mindset, because I will just say this, Karri, you always have a smile on your face. You're always perky and peppy. I've never seen you any other way in my life, but I know you're human. I know you're a mom. I know you're a wife. So I know you have to have all the same challenges, but I want to know like how you handle all of that, how you set the tone for your morning. Like, maybe you wake up and the kid is sick and your husband's grumpy, but how do you overcome all those kinds of things? So I know that's a pretty general question, but just if you could talk about how you handle the day-to-day challenges and keep your chin up, I would love for people to hear that.
I would say, I think one thing that people know about me is it sometimes can be annoying, but I'm insanely just positive. I only know how to spin something in a positive light. Like I'm not the one that like just sees something and sees the instant like downfall of it or what could go wrong. I always see like the best part of it. And I guess I'm a people pleaser, so I always am all about making everybody else happy, and that will make me happy. But I'm definitely human. I had today I woke up and I was like, all right, let's do this. And I realized today was the anniversary of my sister's passing. And so I'm thinking, okay, let's get my shit together, Karri. Like, you know what? This is life. Like, so my post was like, let's think about the positive things. And then I knew that I had my Zoom right before this. We call it side by side for success. So work with me, like a half hour. So those things just get me going when I plug into something like that, get in the right mindset. And right now, I mean, if your mindset isn't excited and happy about everything that's going on with these bonuses, I don't really know what to tell you. I am super excited for everything that we've got with these bonuses and grateful. And let me make sure I'm in the little screen here. There we go. Okay. All right.
Sorry, I added Lindsay and now no one's in the center anymore.
All right. Perfect. I mean, and for me, I would say also like I just talked to my team about this on my Zoom. I have really bad anxiety. So when they launched this bonus, I just landed on Myrtle Beach vacation, and I was so stressed out the night before thinking I saw like an accidental pop up with like a bonus in my cloud office from an old bonus I earned in 2019. I'm like, oh my God, they're going to drop something. I'm going to be on vacation. I'm like, are they going to do this bonus again? How did I do it? I was like panicking. So I was up all night. We flew out. So then they launched this right after we land. So I'm freaking out and I'm like, oh my God, my team's panicking. Can you call me? Can you do this? And I'm like, I'm trying to wrap my brain around vacation. So I was able to quickly just do a little live for my team, amp them up. But I got back on Tuesday and I'm still like, my stress level is like through the roof. Like, okay, I have a lot of people I need to be there for. How have I wrapped my brain around this? I don't even have my big whiteboard out. Like when I've done these bonuses, I've done my big whiteboard. Okay, these are the people, these are the strategies. So I told my team, I'm like, let me get my shit together. And they know like I'm real, like, because I'm panicking. And, and I made a post about it last night too, just kind of because my team's like, I haven't seen you post a ton about these bonuses. What's going on? And it was also a matter of, I think for me, being at the level that I'm at, and I was able to earn some bonuses. Obviously, these rank bonuses weren't available when I first started. I've been here almost 8 years, but I was able to earn one. It was in 2018, it was like 360, and then in 2019, it was 180. Like the average person is like, they don't want to see those numbers. They don't give a shit that I've earned those things. That's not relatable. So it's like, how do I present that I've had these life-changing bonuses? Like I actually, like my heart's pounding talking about it. Like it's anxiety when I mention like, because I don't know if it's guilt or it's like that these bonuses are they're so different for everyone. So I want to, how do I present it with not like, oh my God, look at how awesome I am. And I did this shit and I made these bonuses like in your face, like with, you know what I mean? Like the excitement that I have for my family with what's relatable, like paying for Christmas is relatable to someone. That's what I put in there, paying off credit card debt. So I have all of these emotions on how to present. So I don't even know if this is like the answer to the question, because like I don't wake up and have a routine. I don't read books.
Okay.
I'm not like a big inspirational, like, I look to Facebook for inspiration on just people that are positive and people that I follow. But I'm not someone that's going to wake up and read. Maybe I should. I just am honest.
Yeah.
I read Jason's book.
No, I mean, I appreciate that, because I think a lot of people get stuck thinking like, you hear that successful people have these strict morning routines and all these strict things that they do. And I know that does work for some people, but not for everybody. And I think some people will be like, well, I don't have a routine, so I'm never going to be successful.
I don't have a calendar. I wing all my shit. I go.
You don't even have a calendar though. Now you did rock my
world. I bought like 10 calendars. I've bought like 10, and then I'm like, I can't keep this shit together. I'm just like,
okay,
I don't, and I'm not one to like. I don't like I'll do them every now and then, and I'll get in a routine with maybe one scheduled Zoom a week, and we have a couple of the work with me. For me, like, I don't schedule posts. I don't pre-write up posts. I don't do anything. Everything for me has to be like how I'm feeling in the moment and my emotions at that time. Mm-hmm. Any picture I take is usually, most of the time, me right then and there, unless it's something really cool that I've found that I wanted to say specifically. I'm just like, this business for me has been built all off my emotions and how I feel. And I've always just shared that in any way, shape, or form I could. And I think that that's what's made me relatable to people, because I'm not out there like, the Karri that you see on social media is the Karri you see like at the clubhouse singing karaoke and having beers with my friends on a Friday. Like, you meet the same person. Like I'm, I had vacation with my family. I'm getting silly, getting stupid, having fun. Like, that's what you get. Like, I'm not anything different from anybody else. Like, I do sometimes, I call myself like the corporate Karri. Like I did corporate world for a long time. So I know there's a way to present yourself. Mm-hmm. And I still hold myself to a higher standard, but I don't feel like I should hold back like the fun, like dumb side.
No, so you're genuine. And I think that's super important, because a lot of people think, oh, I'm selling this health and wellness product, I can't ever show that I'm having alcohol or that I'm eating a pizza, or, I've got to show I work out every day or something like that. When in reality, yes, it's health and wellness, but I mean, some people just got off the couch for the first time in their life, and that makes a huge difference. So I love that you're honest about who you are and not trying to pretend to be, a different leader in the company or something like that. I would love for you to touch on this. You mentioned anxiety, and I struggle also with massive anxiety. And most people are shocked when I say that, or I should say when I admit it, because they just think that, I have all my stuff together, but I don't. But my anxiety is what holds it together. My anxiety is what pushes it forward. So now I'm opposite of you. I'm very structured. If I don't, my anxiety will like put me in the bed for 18 days because I won't know what to do with myself. So I have to be really, really structured. But what do you do to use your anxiety as a benefit versus an excuse? Does that make sense?
I think I honestly, it's just trying to find a way to just wrap my brain around why I have it, and then fighting past it. Like, okay, Karri, like, it's always usually about that it makes me feel selfish. Like, if I have anxiety about not sharing something or doing something, I just think like, you know what, like, get over yourself. Don't worry about what other people are thinking. As a people pleaser, like, I aim to please every freaking person. Like, that will give me anxiety if I'm not making someone happy. Like, or I've said the wrong thing, or did I say this, did this come off like arrogant? Did I offend someone? And then I'm like, shut up. Like, if you don't put this out there and tell people, like, think about what's happened because of all the people you've talked to, the connections that you've made, and a lot of times I feel like I'm pretty lucky. My husband's awesome. Like, he's my biggest cheerleader. He's always like, "Shut up. You're a beast. You're a badass. You don't know what you're capable of. Like, just get out of your own head." Like, and I was on a Zoom, I think it was a couple weeks ago, and I'm like, I walk into places and I'm like, when we have company things, and I'm like, nobody knows who I am. Like, they don't have a clue, and he's like, "Karri, seriously?" Like, so I think, like, for me, he's like, "You know what you're capable of. You've taken both of our accounts to millionaire." He's like, "You show up, you work." He's like, "You do the best that you can, and you're just you. Like, he's like, "You don't even realize how powerful you are." So, like, to me, sometimes I'm like, okay, I guess I'm pretty cool sometimes. Like, like, it is, it's a self-esteem boost, but it's like, not that I'm not confident. I do have great confidence, but I also worry about the words that are coming out of my mouth. Like, are they coming out the right way? Am I saying this so that it doesn't hurt someone's feelings? Or, like, I don't know. I guess the way that I just push past anxiety is just thinking about, okay, I have to do this. I have to do this. Take a deep breath, and, let's just deal with the consequences later. And I don't know.
Well, first of all, just so you know, pretty much everyone on our team knows who you are. Specifically in my local area, because we all traveled to, I think it was Toledo in early 2020 before all the crap hit the fan, and we got to listen to you speak along with a lot of others. So you're basically famous in this downline, just so you know.
Great.
And I love that you're just like the rest of us, though, because like people will, like, so promoter will travel to see someone speak and be like, "Oh my gosh, did you see Karri speak? She's so pretty, and like, oh, and she's so smart," and then they don't think that you are a normal human. And so I love that you're a normal human, and that makes such a difference, I think, for people to know that anybody can do this. It's just a matter of doing it. It's a matter of knowing your roadblocks and doing it anyway. So you have a roadblock of being a people pleaser and having anxiety, but you do it anyway. Have you always known that you were a people pleaser, or did you find that out? Because there are some people who are people pleasers and it stops them and they don't seem to realize they're people pleasing. Like, did you have to learn that about yourself?
Always been that way. I mean, I literally, I think since I was a kid, every move I made, like even through college, jobs, anything, I'm always like, every move that I did, I was like, what would my mom think? And is this okay?
Yeah.
Like, am I going to disappoint her?
Yeah. Now that becomes exhausting too. So is there anything that you do to counteract that? Like, can you feel yourself sometimes pushing yourself too much? Do you ever try to pull back?
I can. And sometimes, I mean, it's honestly, I just don't know any other way to be. And I remember I was at Bank of America for like 10 years, and then I was transitioning to interview for US Bank. And she's like, "What's your goal? What's your goal out of managing this bank? And what do you want in life?" I'm like, "To make people happy, whatever it's going to take to make other people happy." And that's why banking was great. I got to help people get out of debt. I did credit card collections, payment programs. What can I do to make people happy in the end? That end game was amazing in banking. So this transition to this job is perfect for a people pleaser. Not that it's a job, but I get to make people healthy and wealthy with paychecks and their health. You know what I mean? Like, so it's kind of a perfect fit for a personality like me. And as a leader, that's the only side. Sometimes it's challenging. I can't have those tough conversations without like sugarcoating the shit out of it, but I don't know any other way to be like. And if that's my downfall sometimes, and maybe people are annoyed by it, like, "Oh, hey, like, you need to have these conversations," I'll get physically sick if I have to like do that. Like, I mean, and that's why I mean, I feel like with my husband sometimes, like with parenting, it's the same thing, like good cop, bad cop. Like, he's always got to be bad cop, because like I freak out with that stuff.
No, I love how honest you're being. Thank you. Lindsay, I know we started a little early because Karri was ready. So did you have
lots of questions?
I figured.
Really not sure if you remember, but we did have lots of drinks in the pool and played pool volleyball in Punta Cana together. Anyways, okay, so our comments are blowing up right now, and I know you probably can't see them, but it is just a breath of fresh air for a lot of people, because we do try to preach, have a structure, have a game plan, have this, have that. But I also love your authenticity of just saying, I'm fly by the seat of my pants. Like what you get is what you see. And this is how it's been successful. And when you just said out loud those bonuses that you had earned, I even saw the humility in your heart where you're like, how do I do this? How do I say that? So my question to you is, I would say that you are ignorance on fire because I just feel it through this computer screen where you just are, I'm going to do it. I don't know the right way to do it. So if somebody is a fly by the seat kind of person, I mean, what guidance? Like, I know that you said that you wake up and you just do whatever it is. But for somebody that's never earned a bonus, that has been here for quite some time, because you're speaking to the masses in these team pages of people that have been here, that have come, that have gone, that have been to the top, that now they're barely hanging on to 4K. What would you say to them right now?
I mean, I feel like it's everybody's teams. You know what I mean? It's not just, don't think like, oh, it's only our team that maybe these things are happening. I wake up and look at the ranks report. Like I know where things are at. And I know the impact of COVID, everything, but I know what these bonuses can do. And I feel like the bonus time is kind of not the only time, but I do have structure for the bonuses and I do make a plan because there's a lot of money that can be involved in it. You have to write out. You also have to, I guess for us, what we did is, okay, we sat down, what was our end goal? Or as we built up goals, okay, we're going to just start with earning this bonus. I think when I had to do mine, it was, you had to get an $80,000 re-rank, the first one, and then it was a $200,000 re-rank. This volume accumulated from new legs over a period of time. And then if you did it by a certain time, you got like an extra 40 grand here, an extra 40 grand here. So if you did it, so we had a deadline. So it was a matter of, okay, what are we willing to spend and invest? What can we do? And tracking that. Like I have all my journals of every dime this person was given, half off a promoter pack. You know what? To build their VIP, I was offering $50 off for their customers, like all of that. And then with the end game, we chart our finances a lot. So that's when it comes to bonuses and things like that and money, that's kind of where we excel. And that's the organized structure my husband's amazing with. But it's a matter of, you have to sit down with your family and say, we're doing this together. What's our goal? What's our vision? I mean, I have my last vision board over here. What do you want? And it's a numbers game, really, of what you can invest, even if it's that small amount, to know what you're getting back, what you're earning. Okay, hey, you know what? I got a customer in. What if they place a big order, I'm getting 20% off that BV versus 4% off the BV with a promoter. And balancing what you can earn commission wise. So maybe you can offer that 20% BV back.
So what route? I'm curious, with this bonus, what route are you going? Are you just like hardcore in opportunity right now? Are you honing in on your customers? Or are you just saying, new blank page, I'm starting fresh? Because obviously it is 3 new people fresh. But where are you at with this one? Where's your mindset? I'm curious.
Right now, honestly, I told my husband, because we just got back, I'm like, I haven't had the opportunity to really sit down, pull out my whiteboard and say, okay, these are the people that have been waiting in the wings potentially to grow, with us. We have, I have a lot of customers that potentially could convert over. Okay. All of your customer orders, and people that have been referring people to me. I'm sitting down and making a list of all of these people who have ever mentioned, let's start a business, or I didn't have the money to start a business. Because that can be the opportunity for me to help them with a discount, to get them started. And it's a matter of, I'm not just going to like bring in anybody to bring them in. I want people who are willing and want to run, because it's a lot of volume. It's not about, I know when we earned these bonuses before, it wasn't about necessarily the people that I knew. It was the people that they knew, because it's all of that volume that came in from all of that. So it's a matter of, we've got to make a list. I have all my old lists from bonuses of people, and if there's someone who's honestly just been out there for years, maybe just your customers, they can flip over and they can come in. So I'm going that route, and that structure. And I'm also, like, yes, I want the $200,000 bonus, but I'm realistic. We have my account, my husband's, and my son's, and we're actually bringing on my daughter. So, okay, there's going to be people that are customers of my husband's, of mine. So there may be an opportunity for him to earn a smaller bonus on his account, and then a bigger one on mine, based on maybe where people have been, because we kind of work the accounts together. um, so I'm trying to think about it like that. But it's really a matter of, it's a business, and looking at it from a financial standpoint, knowing what you're going to get in return and what you're willing to invest as you go, or what you've set aside. We've put ourselves in a pretty good position and been extremely smart, and paid off everything we own because of this company. So, when opportunities come along, we're in a better position to invest. But we also know, like, the end game of what can happen because of what it's done. So, but you have to communicate with your family. It's money, but it's life-changing money that can come in the end. If you're willing to say, hey, I can invest 20% or 25%, knowing I'm going to get this back, or these are what my weekly paychecks are. If this is just your extra money, well, let's reinvest that extra money right now for an end game, for bringing in new promoters. But it's everyone's personal situation. But if you're saying, I'm going for this 4K bonus, if you were like, wow, if I invested $1,000 and broke it down in here, that's $3,000 return, plus the commissions off all of those, plus the opportunity to maybe, my first Lavelle Millionaire, when she started with me, she couldn't afford. I was like, let me just get you a $150 starter kit or whatever. I'm going to help you get started. I know what you're capable of. And I know, I'm going to help you get started. Yeah, that was worth it. You know what I mean? So there's so many people that if you can offer them that opportunity, and there's going to be people that treat free like free, and they're like, deuces, thanks for that kit, bye. Like, you don't know. Sometimes it's a crapshoot, and sometimes you believe in people more than they believe in themselves, and they're not ready, and that's okay. So it's just a matter of not shutting up about it, doing the reach outs, being present, and sharing constantly, and just being you, and showing the possibilities. So at a time like this, do you play small with samples? You go right big at the beginning. I don't go big. I want people to believe in the product and think that, they need to come in to me. I've always had people come in with a sample. I had to come in with a sample, and I always want people to know what it's like. Like, this is the routine. Like, you're going to start people with samples. You're going to share it with them. We're still at the beginning of these 90 days. So for me, it's going to absolutely be about the samples.
So just real quick, like I just heard you say, I really want to get that $200,000 bonus. I do too, but that's mind-boggling to me because I haven't even hit 200K yet. So how do you get, like, what are you telling yourself? Like, you said that we're going to be realistic because we have all these accounts to do. So, like, because this is about
Starting
mindset,
small.
like, the person starts small. Okay, so back to samples small.
Samples. And okay, well, this is my goal. I'm actually going to go and break down over the 90 days. One of my leaders that did this the last time, she broke down where your sales need to be every single day for every single rank, broken down over those 90 days. This is where my numbers need to be at today, and just did it as a graphic. If you're going for 4K, 12K, this is where your number should be on September 9th. September 10th, this is where you should be, broken down by that whole period, just so you have that mindset. Like, and when you break it down smaller, you're not so much overwhelmed by the bigger picture, because to me, like, the bigger picture is very overwhelming. And 90 days is a long time, but I also have to think, like, hey, if I can do even a 40, a 12, anything. But of course I'm going to think big. But I think realistically, if I'm, at the time I was going for one of the bonuses, it was more or less, I don't remember I think if the smaller rinks had them or not. I'm trying to remember. So I have a lot of people that I want to help earn these bonuses. So I've got to make sure I'm spreading myself everywhere. It's not just all about me, because yes, these bonuses are going to be great for me, but they may be a lot better for the longevity of my business if I help and put time into other people a little bit more. Like, I'm all about the long term, because that could really change the course of someone's life, their business, and they're going to be in this business with you a lot longer if they see what's possible, rather than just being like, it's all about me, got to get this bonus. Like, I want this bonus and I'm going to go for it. But I also want to help a lot of people along the way, because those people are going to be here when we're in moments like last month, when we're like, oh shit, numbers are down, people have checked out. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you got to know in your mind, if you're in this company or in this industry, that there's the ups and the downs. Like, I definitely know that. And that's why we always, when I quit my job, even guys, like, if that's your goal to quit your job, these bonuses can help you get there, but you got to have a long-term plan to keep that longevity there. When I was in banking, my husband said, okay, we're going to make these plans. One was, okay, we have to have all unsecured debt paid off. So we had envelopes and we charted all secure. We have to have 2 years worth of living expenses. What happens if something happens in the company? What are we going to do? You're quitting your job at the bank. Like, I had to have a medical expenses account, and I was in a different company. So it was like, we got to have a car repair account. Like, it wasn't like we had car bonuses and things like that. So when numbers did take a dip in my old company, because our products changed, we were still okay. And then when I joined Lavelle, it was like, well, sweet. Like, I mean, it just took off. But you have to know, and you have to plan for the dip moments, like, so you can get through. So when you have moments like this, you're ready, and you have people that are willing to stay the course with you, because they've had these bonuses and they've built their business. And you also have to remember, there's a lot of, if you're thinking, wow, like, I came in on a bonus, and maybe, those numbers are high, because people could invest a lot. That's going to happen. You have to be realistic. Like, hey, you know what? Like, I'm going to help you earn a lot of money. We're going to do this together, but this is the time to save, and put money away, because this is going to be the longevity of your business. So you can continue to grow. Yeah, you got to stay, but they have to continue to stay qualified. So it needs to be a realistic, steady growth, and bringing on people and training them the right way, and putting them through all, the funnels, or however it is that your team works. So that's when God, I'm like stressing myself out talking about it. I'm like, oh my God, there's so much.
I feel like this is where your banker background comes in handy, because you can strategize numbers in your mind.
Yeah.
So one last maybe question or comment, and then we'll let you get off here, because I know you've got a lot to do. Just getting home from vacation and having bonuses. We have spent the last 6 months, specifically in the boot camp, like I was telling you, now it's all team wide, focused on the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, focus on the basics. Can you talk quickly about how, because you just said it, like, so you do a work with me, you stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Can you talk about, and I think this will be interesting, because you don't have a calendar or like maybe a routine. How do you make sure you do the basics every single day? Or is that not something you worry about?
I mean, honestly, I feel like it's just a natural thing to get through the basics, even if I don't have a chart for it. Just because I spend time in my chats, I'm going to make my posts, I'm going to do my comments, I'm going to do my reach outs, I'm going to add connections. It's just a natural part of my day. And the days that I don't, that's okay. Like, if I have, stuff that I want to go do with my family, like when I have family vacation, I was like, I'm not doing anything. I'm going to post, I'm going to share maybe on Facebook, but I don't get that time away. My kids moved out of the house. So I'm an empty nester. So when I get 4 days with my kids, I'm like, bye everybody. Like, I put in my time for a lot of things, and this is the time that I want with my family and my friends. So I'm going to step back. So the tasks aren't going to get done every day, but I knew when I was coming back, I was going to be going all in. So I just feel like, yes, the structure is important. And I know that I am going to bust out my 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 charts and really focus, because just because I'm this way doesn't mean other people are this way. Most people need a structure. I just always present like, you can't, if you are being who you authentically are, you have to tell people that. So they have the expectation that there's great leaders that I will expose them to that have everything together. I do love the boards app. Like that keeps me in check with a lot of the structures. Every sample I've ever sent since I started has been on stamps.com. So I know, hey, I've got a record for samples. Like when I send samples, everything's online. Like I'm not writing it down. I'm just pulling up my stamps account. Like I'm going to see, okay, these are the people I sent my samples to the last year. Let's pull them up. I can pull it that way. So I find ways to get organized without always having the best organization. But I make sure that the Zooms are available to my team so they know the structures, they know the routines and what they want to do. And I'll go through that with them. But like I said, I wish I was a little more organized, and I have moments where I feel like I fall into that. But I feel like the business it's just natural to want to do these reach outs and be loud and proud on Facebook. I feel like right now that's what I've noticed is, would you be your customer and sharing, what does your social media platform look like? If I go to your page, do I know how to get Thrive from you? Because I know a lot of times there's two different perspectives on how people want to present the business. I'm not one on like filters and and things like that. I'm like, I'm just in the moment. Let's live it. Let's share it. And I want people to know my life and Thrive as part of my life. Like, I'm not going to hide it. I'm not going to make you guess what my product is. Like, this is what you get. So I think right now, just letting people see what you have, what it's doing. And if you don't have a story yet, if you're new, that's when you borrow people's confidence. You borrow people's stories. You borrow their transition, like their weight loss transformations. If you don't have one, whatever it is, there's a story out there that's relatable to other people if they can't relate to yours. Same with these bonuses. There's going to be a bonus story of someone that's going to relate to someone else. But it's just, finding that right wording because of compliance and things like that. It's also going about it in the right way. You want to bring people onto your team that you want to work with every day, that are excited. I had my Facebook post. I was a memory of, I hate my job is sucking the life out of me, and I shared it, and I'm like, you don't want this business to suck the life out of you. I know what that used to feel like, so you want to make sure that what you're setting yourself up and you're enjoying this. Like, it is going to be stressful. It is going to be hectic, but it's going to be one hell of a 90-day run. And what's going to come from this is going to be incredible. And the launch of King is coming. And it's just having faith in Jason and Paul, having faith in yourself and in your team. And you know what? If somebody is checked out and they're done, like, and they're not seeing the possibility right now, it's okay. You can't get pissed at someone for being in their own head or being where they're at. Like, you want to shake them right now because this opportunity is so freaking incredible. But don't get pissed that they're not ready to run. It's going to happen. And maybe those last 30 days they come in. You have to think about, okay, who are the people that have shown up for me all summer long when there wasn't a bonus? Like, maybe what can I do for them? Because we all know that we have those people who have been there no matter what bonus there was. They just love this and they want this. So what can you do? And go from there. And I just think, like, as leaders, just don't think you have to be perfect. I definitely, like I said, as a people pleaser, I know that I'm not perfect. I just try to be as real as I am. So if something comes out wrong, like, it's just me trying to be me, not trying to like impress or sugarcoat. But it's also, I just know what this can do. Like, I broke down and bawled to my team talking about what these bonuses can do, because I know what's possible. I know what it's like to cry wanting so many things and not having them. So to be able to have a lot of things and to say yes, like, I want other people to be able to say yes to their kids. Like, I had one like pivotal moment. My son always wanted to play club soccer, and it was, oh my God, $700. Like, there's no way. There's absolutely no way. And telling him no, and him watching his friends play forever. So when he got that jersey, like bawled. bawled my eyes out. Oh, you know what I mean? Like it's the simplest thing. Like I think that was even cooler than, getting a luxury car and which, I bought a minivan, guys, when we started with Lavelle. So I always tell this story. Like, if you just want to know, I didn't get the luxury car. I hit it in 2 weeks, and we hit the 2 weeks later my husband's. We've earned them ever since. Both accounts went 200K in the first year. I've never lost my rank on my account, and to have a luxury car, I'd never sat in one of those brands. People in my neighborhood don't have cars like that. I needed a new minivan. I paid cash after 3 months in the business for a minivan that we still have today. And we waited a year to get an auto bonus, and then we waited 3 more years on my husband's. So we definitely, you have to do what's right for your family. So if your goal is for this bonus to get a minivan, I think that's a pretty sweet goal.
Oh my gosh. Well, this has been far better than I even thought it was going to be. So I'm so appreciative of your time, of your honesty, of your energy. I know we will all be rooting you on for that 200K bonus, because now we want you to have that also. And hopefully we'll all
now
be
I feel the
ourselves
pressure.
on.
Like,
yeah. Yeah, no pressure, but if you could do that, that'd be great. So we'll be watching for you though. But thank you so much for your time. Welcome back home from vacation. This is a hell of a welcome back for you. So I know you've got a lot to do. But you're getting comments. People say thank you. It's wonderful, life-changing. Oh my gosh, I'm hearing this. Thank you. So refreshing. I relate to this. Good morning. Anyway, Karri, you rocked our world. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys.
If you ever need a speaker in return, Lindsay and I, and then Samantha also, she was going to hop on, but we jumped on early, so we missed her. But if you ever need people to help you,
really would. I know that they would love to hear from you guys. So we're kind of getting back in the groove, because I feel like I kind of sucked over the summer. Besides my work with me, like the team Zooms and stuff like that. We just had so many other great ones with like the lunch and grows, and I was just plugging my team into other things, and I'm like, I need to get my ass back in gear besides these 2 work with me's and just on the fly lives. So it's nobody's perfect, but let's just have some fun doing this.
No, but if you ever need help, we're here for you for sure. And I'll send you this recording to share with your team.
Awesome.
Also,
I appreciate it.
All right, thanks guys, have a great day.
Bye guys. Thanks.